What's up guys, welcome back to Smplbuilds. On today's episode, we're going to be doing a build breakdown on my 300 horsepower, hybrid turbo, wide body, full bolt-on Fiesta ST. Let's get into it. Episode is sponsored by Castor Oil. More on that later. So I bought this car about a year and a half ago. It was from Copart. It was a salvage auction, and it was a rebuilt title. So it was hit by a deer. I started off by transforming it that way. Kind of just got everything back to the way it was from factory. And then I started modding it. I did not plan for it to be this extensive of a build, and we're still not done. But today we're going to go over all the mods that I've done to it so far. We got cosmetic mods, wheel mods, suspension, drivability, of course power mods. So we're going to cover everything, but I think to start off we're going to start with some cosmetic mods, go through the list, and I'll show you guys everything that I've done. If you guys want to see the price breakdown and the build breakdown and everything that we've done so far, there's another video that you can check out there after you finish this video. But some of the first mods that we did to this car was like the spoilerizer, mud flaps, we got this mount tune shift knob, some small cosmetics, you know, make it tasteful, make it cool, and then I was gonna sell it, you know, make a couple bucks, make some YouTube videos, and then move on to the next project. But slowly, it just kind of became the staple of the channel, so I enjoyed it. I think it's an awesome car, it's an awesome base to build, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. So I went and got some hood vents. I think those look pretty cool. Those were from Amazon. You know, nothing super crazy. We did a custom engine cover, which I think looks pretty sweet. You know, I do want to look for a new one, because that was a DIY. It doesn't look the best, but you know, it was fun, it was cool. I made a video on it. We also got some taillight tints on the back, and we threw on some Velocitech fins. I also made a custom front splitter, which I started to add on and change the look of that. And you guys have seen that. I kind of get a lot of hate for it, but you know, it is what it is. It was a fun mod, and I enjoyed doing it. And some people don't like it, but it is what it is. I'm in a public park right now. Everyone keeps coming in and looking at me. From there, we got the Spoiler King spoiler extension. After we put those risers on, I think it looks really nice. I do probably want to switch that up in the future as well, but for now, it looks good. Also had to go full on 90s Need for Speed style and installed some street glow, because I just think it's fun. It was a cool mod. Also did a video on that. We got videos on pretty much almost everything that I've done to this car, so you guys can go through the channel and see all the stuff that I've done to it. We got some rear marker tints that we threw on. Also some LED sequential turn signals I think look really cool. After I got these wheels, we got the tire lettering put on, which I think looks super dope. We'll get to the wheels in a second. And then I bought one of these track decals, give it kind of more track aesthetic. I think it looks pretty sweet. Still have yet to get a track day, but I just want to dial in some more of the suspension stuff first before going to a track. And then we got the Krotov wide body kit all the way from Russia. I think it looks really good. Some people say it's a little too boxy. You know, if I were to go back in time, maybe I would have just kept doing power mods and then waited a while to do the wide body if I had ever done it, but I think it looks pretty cool. It adds definitely a complete new look to the car. It makes it kind of go from a common car to something a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more interesting. And it was fun to do, and I think it looks pretty sweet for this car. Also wrapped this steering wheel as well, Alcantara from East Coast Detailing. So that is all the cosmetic mods. Now we're gonna move on to the wheel setup. So these are the wheels that I decided to go with when I did the wide body, because obviously you need some wider wheels to go with it. These were the probably only things I could find. Someone on Instagram had sent them to me, and I was like, holy crap, that's exactly what I need. I got them re-drilled from 4x100 to 4x108, sent them out to this guy on Instagram. His tag is right there, and he hooked me up. So these are 3-piece SSR SP1s. They are 17x10, -5 offset, and it still wasn't enough. So we had to get a little spacer. I think it's a 15 millimeter, I'm pretty sure, 10 or 15 millimeter, to make it fit just where I want it. And I think it looks really good right now. I still want to dial in the height. And then these are wrapped in some Riken, pretty cheap street tire setup. They are 245s, 40x17. So that is the wheel setup. These were built by 3-Piece US, so they're super legit. They look good, and I do want to get them refinished. They're kind of getting a little wear and tear, but yeah, that's it as far as the wheels go. As far as the suspension goes on this thing, right now, Raceline hit me up. They sent me out some free coilovers, and I've been rocking those for a little bit. I do plan to upgrade to something a little bit more extensive with dampening and adjustments, and dial in some more of the suspension for the track when eventually we can set up a track day. And then a short shifter, I don't know if I mentioned that, kind of goes with the similar drivability mods. But yeah, for right now, we're on some Raceline coils, and honestly, they're comfortable, they're smooth, they're soft, but yeah, I wanted something a little stiffer, so that's pretty much it as far as suspension goes. Now on to everyone's favorite part, the power modifications. How much power does it run? What have I done to achieve that power? And what do I do to keep that power safely? Before we get into that, we're gonna head back to the Smplbuilds headquarters. I'll tell you about it there. Back at Smplbuilds headquarters, we got our Castrol Edge oil here. As I said in the beginning of this video, Castrol USA is sponsoring us for this video. So before I get into the power modifications, I want to tell you guys a little bit more about this because it is one of the big reasons that I'm confident. And whatever I throw at this little engine, modern engines are getting more and more compact and pushing more and more power. So they need to be able to handle it and make sure that the metal is not scraping on other metal bits because that does not go well. So Castrol Edge will be helping us out with that and to keep this engine safe no matter what power mods we throw at it. So we're gonna start swapping the oil on the Fiesta. I'll tell you a little bit more as we go on why I use Castrol Edge. Castrol Edge is an advanced full synthetic motor oil made with fluid titanium technology. That is one thing that I do not mess around with is the life of my engine because it's fun putting power to it, but if it doesn't handle it and if the stuff that you're using is not up to par, whoa, and you're gonna be hurting and you're gonna be wishing that you got the proper stuff to protect your engine's performance and your engine's health. So that's why Castrol Edge is the good choice for the driver that wants to maximize the performance out of their vehicle and also keep it safe while doing that. So you can have fun, but you got to play smart, you got to play safe, and then you'll really be able to, oh my god, you'll really be able to get the enjoyment out of the vehicle when you can actually drive the vehicle because it's not broken. So make sure you protect your engine. The link in the description is below to pick up your own oil for your car. Make sure it's compatible first of all, of course, and then hit up Castrol USA for their Edge Performance version of their oil because you need to be protecting your engine's health while having fun, maximizing performance. It is the next day. We're at a beautiful marina here. The birds are singing us songs, flying around, blue skies, blue water, the car is behind us. So we're gonna start talking about the performance upgrades that I've done to this car over the last year and a half or so. So let's open the hood and start getting into it. So to be simplified, what we got going on here is full bolt-ons with a hybrid turbo and then all the supporting mods that go with it. So I'm gonna give you guys a breakdown of everything that we got. On the Cobb access port, as far as the tunes, I'm tuned by Dizzy Tuning. He's been awesome to work with. We got some exciting stuff coming forward as well in the future, so stay tuned for that. Here's his tag right here on Instagram, so you guys can hit him up for any tunes that you need. I have 93 tunes, E30 tunes, burble tunes, pop tunes. So basically what I'm running right now is a 93 pop tune, and that's pretty much my go-to daily, everyday tune. It's super fun to drive around. I love the pops. They sound really cool and it's a lot of fun. Cooling wise, we got the Depot 3-inch intercooler, which is necessary for the hybrid turbo once you go hybrid turbo, but you don't need a hybrid turbo. You can go intercooler before you go hybrid turbo, and it'll give obviously that much more airflow to the turbo, and you can push some more power with an E30 tune as well. And then we also have the Mishimoto expansion tank, but that's pretty much it as far as cooling goes. I have the stock radiator and stock thermostat still. I did have overheating issues, but that was from one of the coolant sensors, and I swapped that out and it's been fine ever since. Intake wise, what we got going on here is the Whoosh ram air intake, and then we got the Mountoon silicone S-pipe that goes up into the Mountoon induction hose that drops right down onto the turbo inlet. So that brings us to the important power stuff, which is the turb ski. Right now what I'm running, which everything is subject to change of course over time, but I have the Puma Speed X47R hybrid turbo that also came with a high flow turbo elbow, a Go Fast Bits diverter valve, which you're going to need to upgrade that diverter valve or blow off valve. And for the wastegate, I have a Turbo Smart 11 PSI wastegate. Not sure if I also mentioned earlier, we have the rear motor mount as well, and that kind of stiffens things up altogether. I hope to get an LSD in the future, but I'm still on the stock differential. We got this battery tie down here from Wush Motorsports. Almost forgot to talk about my exhaust. What we got here is the high flow catted downpipe, and then it goes all the way straight out. We remove the resonator with a CPE resonator delete pipe, and then it continues straight all the way out, 3-inch piping all the way, and then JCC hooked it up with some custom exhaust work. Hit them up, guys, if you need any exhaust work done. And they made a custom dual quad tip exhaust, and I think it looks super good. It sounds really good, especially with the pop tune from Dizzy. And that is pretty much it as far as power goes. I do have a lot of plans in the future for this thing. Maybe some nitrous, single port auxiliary fueling kit going in soon. Shout out to Wush Motorsports for that. Video and install coming soon. And the big question, of course, is still how much power am I running with this? Right now, with all the mods that I have, conservatively, without overspinning or overclocking the turbo, we're around 275 horsepower, sometimes between 275 to 300. That's the access port estimated horsepower numbers, with around 305 pound-feet of torque. So that is what we're pushing on the ethanol tunes. On the 93 tunes, we're right around 245, 250 horsepower. So that is a fun daily amount of horsepower. But yeah, we got some more ethanol in our future, which will hopefully be somewhere around 350 horsepower, which in this car that weighs sub 2,000 pounds is gonna be definitely a riot. So that is pretty much where we're at currently with the Fiesta build project. 10-minute build video will be coming in the future, but I'm always doing new stuff to it, so I'll hold that off until I really feel confident that it is where I want it to be. New coilovers are coming soon, auxiliary fueling is coming soon. This car is going to be a whole different beast in this coming year, so I'm super excited to have a lot of big projects coming soon, and I can't wait to share them with you guys. Thanks for tuning in on this one. Subscribe for more, hit that like button if you enjoyed this, and shout out to Castrol USA for sponsoring today's video. I'll see you in the next one.